Now let's see the next component of your circulatory system is your blood. You have read about blood in class 9, isn't it? It's a liquid connective tissue and it is made up of what? Plasma and your blood cells. Plasma is what? 55 to 60%, isn't it? And blood cells are 40 to 45%, isn't it? Now if you look at them, an analogy I can give you for blood is like your custard or your kheer, isn't it? The liquid part is your plasma and the granulated parts in it are called your blood cells, isn't it? Now plasma mostly 92% of it is what? Your water, and rest of it is your proteins, hormones, now various kinds of substances like glucose, vitamins, iron. So many things are there in your blood plasma, isn't it? Even it carries your waste, are also there in your plasma, isn't it? Now if you look at blood cells, there are mainly 3 type of blood cells. What are they? RBC, technically we call them as erythrocytes, isn't it? And they are enucleated cells, that is they don't have nucleus. They have got hemoglobin and it carries oxygen from your lungs to your body cells. And hemoglobin is a pigment, isn't it? And it's basically, what is the role of the hemoglobin? It carries oxygen. Fine. And RBC also, what it does, it carries carbon dioxide from the cells of the body to the lungs. This is the major function that it causes. It carries carbon dioxide and oxygen. WBC, leukocytes. In very short I'm telling you because you have read in class 9. It protects your body from various kinds of infections. And then platelets, they are thrombocytes. They play a role in your blood coagulation, isn't it? Now the next organ is your heart. Heart is what? Heart is a muscular organ. It is made up of what? Cardiac muscles. It acts like a pump, isn't it? It is auto-excitable, works tirelessly throughout life. Now let us come to the structure of your heart. Now you can see this is your heart, isn't it? Now in case of humans, your heart is divided into 4 chambers. So what are those 4 chambers? This is your right atrium, left atrium, okay? And this is your right ventricle and this is your left ventricle. See, when we draw, we make the right hand faces towards the left, but if you place the figure exactly on your body, it will, the right side will face the right side of your body. Fine. So what do we find here? That there are 4 chambers, 2 atrium, 2 ventricles, isn't it? Now your atrium, if I look at right atrium, it is receiving what? Veins from lower vena cava, which is your receiving blood from the lower parts of your body, and superior vena cava, which is receiving blood from your basically your upper parts of your body, isn't it? Now if you look at this, here there are walls present, which so that blood doesn't go back into your atrium. And from here, okay, from your right ventricle, now if you see, there is a branch of artery arising, which is called as your what? Pulmonary. This is trunk. You can see it's like a trunk like, and this is called as pulmonary trunk. And these arteries are called as, this is pulmonary trunk and this is your pulmonary arteries. Now pulmonary arteries, as the name is suggesting, they will take your blood where? They will take the blood to your lungs. Fine. And from the lungs, in the lungs, what will happen? Your blood will get oxygenated, and the oxygenated blood will come to your what? Your heart via pulmonary veins. So your left atrium is having what? Pulmonary veins, which is bringing blood from your lungs. Fine. And the blood then goes to your left ventricle. And what do you see? Look at the wall of your left ventricle is what? More muscular than your Right ventricle. Why? Because here this ventricle will pump blood into which portion? This is your aorta. It will go like this. It is comma shaped, and it will go to your main trunk, which will supply blood to various parts of your body. So this is your main aorta. So since it has to supply blood to all parts of your body, therefore what you see, the left ventricle is what? Thick. The wall is thick. Fine. So this is about the structure of the heart, and also I told you. And now let's see how our heart works. Okay. Now let's look at the functioning of the heart. Diastole is what? Relaxed state. So atria is in relaxed state, and blood is filling passively. It's coming via your vena cava into your right atrium, and from your left atrium it is coming from your pulmonary vein. That is from your lungs the blood is coming, isn't it? And it is passively moving into your ventricles also. Now when your atria starts contracting, okay, when these atria they start contracting, they what they will when they contract, what they do, they now here you can see the walls of the atria are contracting. When they are contracting, what are they doing? They are pushing the entire blood into your ventricles. Okay, and during this time, what do you see? The walls are entirely opened here. But when the ventricle starts contracting, this wall gets closed. Okay, and as the pressure develops in the ventricles, it pushes the blood into your aorta. Left ventricle into aorta, which takes blood to your entire body, and right ventricle into your pulmonary trunk, which takes via pulmonary artery to your lungs. Fine. And when the ventricles, and here you will hear the sound when this walls close, lub. Okay, when ventricle starts contracting, and when the ventricle starts relaxing, okay, then what do you find? When the ventricle starts relaxing, okay, here you will find that this valve, semilunar valves of your aorta and your pulmonary vein, it closes. As a result, there is another sound which we hear, dub. That's how you hear the lub dub sound, isn't it? Fine. So this is how we can see that blood enters your heart twice. How? One from your body to your heart, and then from here it goes to your lungs, and from lungs to your heart again, and then to various parts of your body. So what do you see here? That there are two kinds of circulation. One is your pulmonary circulation, and another is your systemic circulation, from aorta to various parts of your body, and then from body to your heart, and then from heart to your what? To your lungs, and from lungs to your heart. So what do you see? That blood is entering your heart twice. Therefore, this kind of circulation is called as what? Double circulation. Okay. Now think and try to write the answer. What is the significance? What is the importance of this double circulation? And also do research work on single circulation, and like in fishes they have single circulation, they show how is it different from double circulation, and in amphibians where the heart is 3 chambered, how is it different from this one, okay, from this double circulation. So all those things, now do a research work and try to answer my questions. Think on this. What is the significance of double circulation? If you don't get the answer, please let me know. I will let you know. Thank you.